last November, I went on a trip to Florida to photograph a few weddings. And on my way back, it was literally the last day of my trip. I was in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, of all places, and I was exhausted. I stayed in like a truck stop, which I do all the time because you would think that they were super safe with employees being inside and people coming and going. I stayed in a truck stop and I had a bunch of friends who worked at a factory nearby. They were doing an overnight shift, and so I was going to get breakfast with them in the morning. And so it was like 2 a.m. rolled around, and I sleep really light when I'm in the van, especially when I'm not at like a paid campsite because you're stealth camping. So 2 a.m. rolls around and I hear voices outside of the van, and I was like, okay. So I grab my taser and I peek out the window, and these trucks blocked me in to my parking spot. So they were behind me, like fully behind me, so I couldn't back out. And there was like the median, whatever, like the sidewalk in front of me, and then they were on either side of me. And so I was like, this doesn't feel normal, and it's 2 a.m. So they were walking around the van, and I like quickly closed the blinds, and I hear them start trying to open up all the doors. They're like yanking on the doors, and I hear them say, I can't get in. Go get back up. And so one of the trucks pulls away to like go do something, and I'm like, I'm going to die. I am literally going to die. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I felt so paralyzed and helpless. And so I text my friends who are at the factory nearby, and I'm like, I need you to come. I think someone's trying to break in. And so about 3 minutes later, they come zooming in with their trucks and their guns, because we're obviously in like Cape Girardeau, Missouri. That's just what happens. And they get out of their truck and they're like, what are you doing? And the guy's like, they were like, oh, we were just getting ready to duck hunt. Like trying to lie about trying to break into the van. And so my friends come over to the side of the door and knock on the door, and I literally couldn't move. I was like, oh, I'm not getting up. And so they call me and they're like, open the door. And I'm like, I can't move. And so finally I get in the front seat, and the guy behind me who had blocked me in moved out of the way, and I went and parked at their factory. But yeah, scariest moment of my entire life. And I honestly did not travel in the van for a while after that because I was so freaked out. But yeah, it was
I don't blame
real
you for that.
spooky. Was not about it.